fine. We can hear you.
I'm gonna play with the levels over here.
Broadcast audio and video production. Our passionate team creates content.
Alright, let's get going with what we have. Keep those speakers down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Network.com. The BBM Global Network. Your voice is now heard.
We want to welcome everybody who's listening on Instagram, Facebook, and BBM Global Network. Jeff, that's mate. That's too much.
Yeah. Bro.
We hear everything you do, so be careful.
Okay.
I'll mute it before we start. We got 30 seconds.
All right. You want to break it? Yeah.
Welcome to BBM Global Network. You can catch us here, 8 p.m. every Monday night.
You gonna do it?
Sure.
10 seconds, guys.
Okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are live.
You're live.
Welcome to BBM Global Network. You are listening to Hope Dyer, and
Dr. Paul
you could catch us here at Monday nights, 8 p.m.
on the BBM Global Network, channel 200. You can always give us a call if you have any questions at 877-475-8570. Nice! Come on, high five on that one.
It's because we had it at the same time.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my God.
So, welcome to Bridges. And, welcome to Bridges. Because it's been a good week.
Since the last one?
Yeah, since last week.
I mean, yeah.
What do you...
A long week.
It's...
I feel like it's been a little bit...
It's just been such a long week. So, let everybody know, every week we are here live at 8 p.m. And it's Bridges. And we also like to talk about a couple things. One, we like to associate a bridge.
Uh-huh.
And human rights.
Yes.
Okay. The reason why, one of the things about bridges, for all you new listeners, is to get us from here to there.
Yes.
Most people understand a bridge that gets us across something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can get across.
Across an obstacle. We should be more,
No.
Yes, because a bridge gets you across an obstacle.
That's obviously, or a long span of, or an obstacle.
Exactly.
Right.
So it doesn't just get you from here to there, it gets you through an obstacle.
Okay, so we want to get you through an obstacle. So if that's good, so we actually have our special guest tonight. He's on the line, but you actually can see him through our Facebook Live podcast too. So he's very animated. So you get to see that too. But the bridge today is the Jacques Cartier Bridge in Montreal.
Mm. You sure you said that right?
No, because I'm not French.
Okay.
So, but the reason why I picked the Jacques.
Uh-huh.
Jacques.
I think it should be a Jacques. Try and bring the French Jacques.
Bring, because Montreal is French.
I can't confirm.
It is French.
Okay.
and Cartier Bridge. It's a lighted bridge that associates it with social media, weather, and it lights up.
Okay.
So it's very colorful. And the reason why I picked that bridge is really because of Jeff, who is very colorful. And we had to match a bridge of his enthusiasm.
Got it. Okay.
And number 2 in the human rights is don't discriminate.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, a lot of things I do with emotional education, emotional science, is to talk about the science with emotions and how we are connected to them and how it affects us all. Obviously, we're all affected. Man, you had a tough week. You had a situation move into your apartment.
No, that situation was avoided.
It was avoided.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I avoid these situations by voicing myself.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
The voice opens up and hear me roar.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because if you
Okay.
don't voice your self, then people are just gonna walk all over you.
Okay. And we also
I'm not about to be used.
no. Don't be used, but we also know if you don't voice yourself, then your own personal feelings never get heard.
Right.
And validation
Mm-hmm.
is everything.
Exactly.
If you don't feel validated, is whose fault do you think that is?
It's your own fault.
Because you don't feel validated.
Mm-hmm. You didn't even give yourself a chance to be that.
But what if you
shut down?
But what if you said something and you don't feel people heard you?
You gotta keep saying it.
Well, you can't just keep running into a wall thinking like, okay, the walls. Don't you maybe have to change your speech or something? Change. Or is it?
Or your approach.
Thank you. So here's my little thing on it.
Right.
I have a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got a thing.
You have a few things.
They're problems, but they're things. I think if you don't feel validated, it's not because of what you're saying.
It's how you're doing it.
No, it's a personal feeling.
Okay.
It could have something to do with someone else. But if you're saying it and you still don't feel it, then it has nothing to do with the person that's responding, that you're trying to talk to.
Yeah, or you could ask them.
Like, how come? Okay, so what if okay, I'll give you a point. Do you love me?
You can't ask that question.
Yeah, do you love me?
I love you.
I don't feel like you love me.
But we also have the same conversation. People love in different ways.
Right, but so if I don't feel your love,
that's your own personal problem.
That's what I think. So we're saying the same thing.
I think we are. I think we just ran in a circle. I brought it into a circle.
Well, welcome to Bridges, and I'm your host, Dr. Paul, and this is
Hope Dyer.
And I want to bring Jeff right into the lighthouse because it's got a lot. We have a lot of things to talk about.
He's gonna make the lighthouse very colorful.
So Jeff, come on in.
I'm here.
How you doing, Mr. Jeff?
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. We got spring is kicking in here in Fargo, North Dakota, so that makes us happy. It's been a long winter.
Oh my God, that's right. You guys have had snowfall like nobody's business.
Minnesotians.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, we got like another 10 inches. So it's all gone. It's all gone now.
So, Jeff, tell us, and I don't like introducing people because I feel like it's like a game show or a baseball lineup. So tell us what you do and who you are, and then we'll go from there. I just have to tell you before you say what you do and who you are, I am a huge fan and I love this man.
And then I gotta tell you that I've never seen anything like any of your shows or any shows like your shows, because I don't want to say your show. I want you to
say your show, right?
But I've never seen it before or any shows in that genre of shows.
Wow, honestly, that's what I try to do. So, by day, I am a nursing assistant in the operating room. Love that. But for, about 17 years now, I've been producing drag shows. And my vision from day one was just to do a classy, quality show that my mother would be proud of. My mother came to every single show up until the day she died. The front and center. And my stage name is Just in Time, and they called my mom Mother Time.
So, and I had the pleasure of meeting your mom several times, and I just think she's wonderful. When I've gone to your shows, Jeff, and she's been there, I think she lights up the room more than you light up a room.
Yeah, honestly, you are right. And one thing, my performing brought us closer together. By sitting in the front, and other people who are, in the LGBTQ community, so many, unfortunately, have been ostracized by their families. And kicked out, they wanted
30 seconds.
with them. And these people would come to my show and they'd see my mother and they'd go up and talk to her and ask her for hugs. And they'd bring her flowers and they'd say, "Can I call you mom?" So I thought that was really, I'm so proud that we could have that together. But you are totally right that she shined more than me, and I wear a lot of sparkle.
We're going to take a little quick break here, Jeff, and we're talking to Jeff and Just in Time, and we'll be right back. We're listening to Bridges on the BBM Global Network. You're listening to Dr. Paul.
And Hope Dyer.
And we're right back.
So there we are, 3 years.
We could do this. And then turn it up now?
Yeah, because maybe that's, yeah, we could do that.
Because
we're working on sound. We got sound issues.
Okay.
But our live listeners are wonder if they
our
can.
live watchers.
Watchers.
Yes. Because our live listeners are on break right now.
Yes. That's right. Oh, Jeff, thank you so much for coming on to Bridges. And like
I am honored to be here.
A lot of the things we like to do on Bridges is to bring people to information that they've never heard before about the things that they do or don't do, or things that they heard about.
Right, like this is new information.
This is so new for you.
This is completely out of my
box?
Yeah, my box. The biggest show I've ever been to was Broadway. That's it.
And his shows are better.
Probably. I don't know. Wicked is a really good show. Like maybe in a different category, his shows are super amazing.
Gotcha.
But Wicked, I've seen that twice now, and it's really good. I saw this Sailors Broadway show, and that wasn't all that great.
So Jeff, you have shows coming up, don't you?
I actually do.
We got 20 seconds.
All right, thanks, Sal. 20 seconds.
20.
We want to.
10 now.
Yeah, I'll bring him in. I'll bring this in.
Okay. 5.
5, 4.
10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are.
So welcome back to Bridges, and you're listening to Dr. Paul
And Hope Dyer.
and we're talking about bringing something to or bringing something through. The light, the obstacle.
Different light.
A different light. So we got a comment that I should take you to a drag show. And it'd be great if I could take her to the first drag show, would be Jeff's. So Jeff does drag shows in Fargo, North Dakota, but he also does them in Vegas. You've been to Vegas lots of times, haven't you, Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
So his shows, to me, is one of the most amazing lighted shows, performances. He's very talented. He's very talented. So I know people have a lot of questions about drag shows, but you probably have heard them all. So what is the 3 most major questions you get about drag shows?
The biggest question I get most of the time is where do you put it?
Is what?
Where do you put it?
Wow. That's
the number one.
Where do you put it?
A lot of duct tape. Use a lot of duct tape.
I'm dead.
What's your next one?
But the next question,
Yeah.
there's a lot of misperceptions about drag.
That's what we were just talking about.
You've got drag, but you also have, within that category, you've got female impersonator, and you've got celebrity impersonator, and then you've got drag, which is, it's always different kinds of food. So it's, what I do is more female impersonation, and I've got friends that come in to do my show, and they're celebrity impersonators, and drag in itself is just that over the top, big hair, just just over the top.
Big everything.
Big everything.
Like the bridge.
Like the bridge.
Big everything. Yeah, big, huge earrings that you have to use fingernail glue to glue them on so they stay on.
So, Jeff, one of the things that I want to bring up today is don't discriminate, and that's the human rights we're talking about.
Right.
Now, I personally know that you have been discriminated against with the club that used to go in Fargo, North Dakota, and all the money situation that you had problems going on there. But generally, it's still a huge discrimination factor with drag shows. Why is that?
Yeah. You know, I wish I knew the answer to that, because when I want to do a show, I have to pay rent, I pay the DJ, I pay all costs myself to do the kind of show I want to. If it's a bar putting it on, they can absorb those costs with the alcohol, those kind of things, write it off as business expenses. I've been really blessed that since day one, my goal, I set my list of goals. If I'm really going to do this.
I think we lost him.
We lost him. We lost Jeff?
Yes, we did.
Uh-oh. Jeff's got a call back. But so what he was talking about, and I know we can still see him, is that there's still a huge discrimination factor that goes across the globe.
Okay.
Hold on. Jeff's back.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. When I set my list of goals that I wanted to do, and one of them was to perform at a classiest hotel in Fargo, which is called the Delta, the Marriott Hotel. I thought they would accept me then, the elitist people, the most beautiful place would accept me, then I have really made it. And they invited me out there to do a show, 3 years ago, and treated me the way I always dreamt of being treated. They rolled up the red carpet for me. They assigned somebody to me to just say, what can I get for you? What can you do for you?
That's amazing.
My
That is
performers
amazing.
like a dream. And then I thought I was done performing. I thought, man, I'm getting too old to do this. And I decided to, once I finally got this, I thought, I'm time to quit. And then my mom passed away, and I realized how much performing I did for her. And then 2 years ago, my youngest brother was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, you know what, maybe I can do a fundraiser for him. And the Delta Hotel just right away said, come on back out. And my audience loves it out there because it's such a classy environment. And that's what I do with my show. I don't allow profanity, nothing vulgar. We don't make fun of people in the audience. We don't talk politics. What I'm most proud of is my show is very inclusive. So I think gay people come there and think, oh, we've got straight people here. And straight people come and they're like, oh, we get to party with gay people. And they realize by the end of the night, it's just a fun party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with and I like what you said. You're bringing everyone into the show,
Right.
And I think that's amazing. But I want to talk about your brother and stage 4 lung cancer. And I know it has affected. I know it has affected you greatly, and you're putting on a fundraiser. But see, this is why I love Bridges so much. Is because it's not just what you do; it's the passion of what you're doing to create something for something else.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why Bridges to me is so important, because you will always be doing your shows, but now your show is connecting people, bringing them in together, and you're actually raising money for stage 4 lung cancer. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I thought I was done. I thought, people don't want to see me. I'm getting too old.
No.
And kind of like Cher, each show is the final tour, and then I come back again, and it's like, okay, one more time. And this time, I'm actually having a lot of fun again. So the break was kind of nice, and I thought, you're going to have to deal with me wrinkles and all. Everything's hanging a little bit lower. So,
Well,
That's what my face
That's
is,
what comes with
I have
age.
to Get rid of those wrinkles. So,
30 seconds.
yeah, what I decided to do for my brother, and that's what started this, and still wonderful.
We're going to take a little quick break here, and you're listening to Bridges, and I'm your host, Dr. Paul.
And I'm your co-host, Hope Dyer.
And remember, we're talking about don't discriminate. It's the second human rights in the charter, and the bridge is the Jacques Cartier Bridge in Montreal, and it's a bridge that lights up because it does. It
represents.
It attaches to the social media and the weather and the things that goes on, so it really does fluctuate. So we'll be right back after these messages. Listen to Bridges on the BBM Global Network.
Thank you.
All right, we are clear.
We have Bear. Hi, Jimenez.
Jimenez? Who's Jimenez?
Jimenez.
Who's Jimenez?
Okay. We went to basic and AIT together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So was it a roommate?
Yeah. Well, she became my roommate in AIT, but she was my same platoon for.
So you gonna give a shout out?
Yeah, she commented.
Hey, military.
Yes. And Bear is here.
Hey, Bear. You know, when people say Bear, there's your sister named Bear.
Yeah.
We have another person that just called in.
Who?
Oh.
Oh?
Hi,
Hi.
Who's this?
how are you? Bonnie.
It's Bonnie. Okay, you have a question, Bonnie, huh?
I don't have a question for you. I have to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Cartier.
It's Cartier. Thank you.
Jacques Cartier. The Jacques Cartier Bridge, not... Hey?
Gotcha. Jacques Cartier Bridge.
Next time, call your French friend first. Because you're making me nuts. It's Jacques
We
Cartier.
got 30 seconds.
All right. Thank you.
I'm
Wow.
dead.
That's good. Well,
You're a mess. She said next time call you French friends first. That's a good idea.
15 seconds.
okay.
10
Well, we've
seconds.
been corrected. I've been corrected.
This is not the first time.
And 5,
You didn't.
4,
I'll do it.
3, 2, and we are back.
And welcome back to BBM Global Network. I am Hope Dyer.
And I'm Dr. Paul.
And we are talking with Jeff.
Yes. And the bridge is Jacques Cartier.
We were just corrected.
We were just corrected. We were corrected by our fans.
Yes. Because he didn't reach out to his French family.
But back to Jeff, and Jeff's brother now, how is your brother doing, Jeff?
You know what? Honestly, 2 years ago he was diagnosed, and he was given 6 weeks, and it had spread to his brain, and we had heard of a test drug, and we got him to go down to the U of M, University of Minnesota, and he got on this trial med, and he is now, the cancer has been gone from his brain 100% for a year now, and he has put on weight, and he can breathe, and he couldn't even talk before. His lung was so bad, and now he called me up one day and he said, his favorite rock band is a-ha, from the 80s.
Yes.
They did that song, Take On Me. And anyway, he called me up so excited, and he said, Jeff, you're never going to believe it. I just sang 3 a-ha songs back to back at the top of my lungs. I haven't been able to do that in 2 years. Can you believe it? I said, no, I didn't know a-ha had 3 songs. So he's doing good, and he walks a couple miles every day.
Wow.
And this is something he couldn't do before. So he's doing good.
So since you've never been to a drag show and you just been, there is impersonations.
Mm-hmm.
We find out there's duct tape involved with tucking it.
Tucking everything.
Tucking everything. And as you get older, even with impersonators, things
Begin to hang.
begin to hang down.
Yep.
But what is, I mean,
Well, wrinkles, jowls, we'll stop there.
but so this is something new.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
I think it's very interesting.
What does that mean?
Well, interesting, it could be, depending on how it's said, it
Yeah.
could be good or bad. I think that, I know I'm saying it in a good way. Like,
Okay.
This is very interesting. Like, I would not be opposed to seeing a show.
Who would be opposed?
People who don't know.
That's why he's on Bridges.
Exactly, but, like, you know, like, what if I didn't listen to Bridges? I still wouldn't know.
Shame on you.
Right.
Shame on you for not listening to Bridges. That's all I have to say about that.
Exactly, but, like, I mean, come on. We're amazing, and I probably, even through our own conversations, I probably wouldn't even know about a drag show.
So Jeff, here's the question I have for you about drag shows and with people being whatever. What is the things you say to someone to come out to a show that you wouldn't think they would come out to a show?
Right.
How is that approachable?
Well, you know, people have a lot of preconceived ideas.
Yes.
And I finally get them to come, and they always say, it's nothing like I thought it was going to
Right.
be. They say, well, what did you think it was going to be? And they say, well, I don't know. So that's one of the stigmas I've had to fight for all these 17 years. I still can't tell you what that is, why they're apprehensive, but once they come, they're addicted.
Right.
And with my show, like I said, we are very respectful to everybody in the audience.
Uh-huh.
We try to, my goal is to entertain and make you forget, you know, whether you can't pay your bills or you hate your job or, you know, you have a loved one that's terminally ill in your family. For those 5 minutes that I'm doing a number on stage, if I can make you forget, then I'm doing my job.
Right.
And people leave there feeling so good. And I've got one performer that I bring in that she really changed a lot with my show. She's from Chicago, and she's a full-size girl. And when she first started, she only did big girl songs.
Okay.
And she
Well, hold on, Jeff. Jeff, hold on. What the hell is a big girl song?
You know, more show kind of stuff, more comedic kind of things, and
I'm still lost. Jeff, I'm still lost on a big girl song. What does that mean? I'm lost. I don't get it.
Well, like she's got, well, I don't know, just more tongue-in-cheek, more, I don't know, like, I can't tell you what they are because she doesn't do them in my show.
Oh, okay, well, okay, move on.
Yeah, she started coming doing these super sexy numbers.
Oh.
So she was more comfortable in her skin.
And well, I got so many people that came up and say, you know what? She makes me feel good about who I am.
Right.
She makes me feel that if she can get on that stage at her size, then
That's
I
what
can
it is.
feel sexy too. And I always say sexy is not a dress size, it's an attitude. And that's my friend Melissa Dimitropoulos from Chicago, who was coming to do my show. And she's been on America's Got Talent, have to tell you that. She is amazing in her energy level, and she inspires so many people. And it's one of the best feelings to be able to affect so many. You know, here in Fargo, North Dakota, we gotta eat to get through winter. So you know, all these girls like in
Or the cold will eat you.
So she is really such a positive role model for everybody who comes to see her, and she makes everybody smile, and she probably has more fans than I do.
Aww.
So, Jeff, you said that your shows aren't political.
No, that's one thing I don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
30 seconds.
So, I just want people to feel good and leave that kind of stuff behind.
Okay.
So, like, we're not overtly discussing politics or making jokes.
That's awesome. But we will be going on a short break soon.
And we're right back. You listen to Bridges on the BBM Global Network every Monday at 8 o'clock p.m., channel 200. You can also catch the podcast. It comes out roughly about Wednesday or Thursday. And you can also catch it on our links. You just click on it. If you have any comments, you can always comment on the show and tell us what the show is doing for you. And I hope it's doing something for you. So we're right back after these messages.
All right, we are clear.
So, Jeff, even though you say your show, I know we're on break, on the radio break, but when you say your show is not political, isn't it very difficult for it not to be political because it is a gender issue?
Yes, and we have too many, especially today, too many LGBT. Trans is like one of the hottest issues right now that are having their rights taken away left and right.
Yeah.
So we just try to introduce these people as people, and that's how you change minds, is by just letting them come in and doing a meet and greet afterwards and posting some pictures, and that's how you change minds.
Yeah.
By not always having to wave that flag or shout it at them, but just by being genuine and true and sharing your experience.
One of the things in Bridges I like to do is to just keep educating people, right?
Yeah, because uneducated people are the ones that don't want to experience things.
And if you're just doing what you say, the genuine work, do you think people then change their minds no matter what, or you think still some people get stuck?
Some people are always going to have that thing. They're like,
30 seconds.
Thanks, Sal.
I don't want my church to find out, or I don't want my boss to find out. But for the most part, people believe they're changed. I truly believe that.
That's awesome. I think people worry about
10 seconds till we're back.
We're back.
5,
5, 4, 3, 2, and we are back.
And welcome back to the BBM Global Network on channel 200. I am Hope Dyer.
And I'm Dr. Paul. You listen to Bridges. And the bridge is Jacques Cartier Bridge in Montreal. And I apologize for mispronouncing it earlier. and I'm happy that someone corrected me. We're talking to Jeff. He's got a Instagram and Facebook called Just in Time. And it's not spelled like your regular Just in Time, and it's called JUSTINTYME. Just in Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in Time Diva. Just in Time First Diva. That's my page. Yeah.
And one of the things we were talking off air for the people who are listening to on the radio, we were talking off air about how his show isn't political, but yet it is political because still people have this change of heart, or it changes minds, and still people are still going to be stuck. Now, in your generation, Hope, because this is a huge difference between. Do you know anyone that's went to a drag show?
I don't think so.
Now, is it?
And even if they haven't told me, so it's not like they advertise it like, oh snap, like they do with like football games, like,
Right.
oh snap, I went to this game, it's not like they were like, oh snap, I went to a drag show the other day, you know what I'm saying?
Why is that?
I don't know, but it's on Miss Congeniality, so I feel like everybody needs to see it.
Miss Congeniality, you talking about Sandra Bullock?
Yes, exactly.
That's how old is that show? That you probably wasn't you born?
Yes,
I don't even
I watched that 1,000 times everybody knows they can. It's a guaranteed movie during a holiday season. Like for Easter, everybody knows they can catch Harry Potter on TV. Everybody knows they can see Miss Congeniality on TV, on the or Freeform, ABC Family, or even Lifetime. Everybody knows it. It's on TV all the time.
Well, there you go. But hold on. That's not a drag show. That's a pageant.
No.
It's a pageant.
No. You guys are missing it. Not Miss Congeniality. Miss Congeniality 2.
That's a drag show.
Yeah, well, no, the whole thing is about the pageant and how Miss United States was stolen and stuff. But, you know, they get dressed up in the Vegas stuff. And, you know, remember she gets caught underwater trying to save Stu?
I have no idea. Because I saw one and I was done. And now you're talking about 2.
Somebody has to know what I'm talking about, because how do you not remember this? Sandra Bullock, you know, her little tail got stuck, and what's her phrase? Got played as Tina Turner, and then the police came in and were like,
and these are drag shows.
Yeah, it was a drag show.
Okay.
But they're like, no, you can't play as Tina Turner.
Jeff, did you know what she's talking about?
Yeah, I do.
I told you.
Well, okay, so
drag shows and pageants are pretty much the same, because we probably both have, all of us, drag queens and pageant girls. I don't want to offend anybody, but we all probably have just about the same amount of things.
Which is true, because I was a pageant coach for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know what you mean, helping women get ready for pageants, state pageants, and I think there's a lot of work involved in it.
Actually, I know someone who's been to a drag show.
Who?
Bear.
Oh, okay, your sister.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. Her sister, my daughter, has been to a drag, and I didn't know.
No, you didn't. Now you know.
Wait a minute, I did know. Because in college, it was something had to do with a sorority thing. I think it was.
Purple's drag show. That's in.
I don't know. I think it has something to do with a sorority.
Actual drag show. That's what she said. Oh. That's what someone else said. That's not what Claire said.
So let's get back to Jeff. Jeff, when is your show coming up, and how can they donate to help you support the stage 4 lung cancer?
Well, you can go to my page, or maybe they can even write to you guys there, and I can give you contact information.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm free with that. Because you know what? Every little bit helps. And we've got a charity here in Fargo called Lend a Hand Up, that they'll match whatever we get up to a certain percent. So that's really nice. So if people want to, it's good. And, you know, my brother's story is that I think it's important that just because a doctor tells you something doesn't mean you need to settle for that.
Right.
We were brought up, you know, my mom always believed you just don't question a doctor. And if he had followed the first prognosis, he would have been gone. So getting him to go to try this, reach out and try this experimental drug has changed everything, and it's giving him more time. He's single, and he's got a 8-year-old boy. And so this every day is important. And we just chipped in, some of us in the family chipped in and sent him off to Orlando with his little boy, and just to make some good memories. But he is inspiring people too that are like, wow, I thought I would have been gone in 6 months. So seek a second opinion. It's worth it. It's your life. You know?
Well, Jeff, I'm going to say thank you so much for your blessing. We're going to cut you loose and we're going to move on. But we will definitely have your information up on the show page when we get it all set up again for the podcast. And so this way people can reach out to you to donate to your cause. Because cancer is not just your cause.
Nope.
Cancer is a fight that we're all in this together. And
we're all in this together.
Right.
You're singing?
Yeah, you don't know that song?
No.
Fargo, If you're in Fargo Friday, July 26th, come out and see our show. It's going to be really, really good at the Delta Hotel. They're wonderful to us.
The only problem we have with people going to Fargo is that even in July it could snow.
That's sad. That's sad.
Thanks, Jeff, so much. I think, are we getting ready to go take...
I think so.
Have a blessed day, Jeff. Are we getting ready to take a break?
I think so.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, 30 seconds.
See?
30
Ha!
seconds, so
We
you're
called
right.
it.
He was right. So before we take this break, I just want to say thank you to Jeff for being on our BBM Global Network family and Bridges. And there's a lot for us to talk about and to accept. So again, today is Don't Discriminate, and the bridge is the Jacques Cartier Bridge in Montreal.
Way to
So
say it.
we'll be right back after these messages.
All right, we're clear.
NDSU has put on drag shows before, and
We got 2 more segments.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jeff. It was nice meeting you.
Bye-bye. Nice to chat.
The gay 90s in downtown Minneapolis.
Well, yeah, I've been to those.
Okay, but that's what Bear went to.
Oh, you know her. She
She does her own thing.
She does her own thing. You know, you kids. You kids aren't small.
No.
You guys have your own lives.
Yeah.
You guys got shit going on.
No. But the only thing I have going on is watching All American on Netflix.
I think you do more promoting about shows than anyone ever. I think we should get some sponsorship. If you keep mentioning the show, we gotta get sponsorship. Because I just heard about All American.
Today I introduced it. Bear said we are our own person.
Always.
Yeah, you best believe it.
Which is a plus.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what Jeff's talking about. And you had said something today called living your
best life.
seconds.
He just
Thanks,
heard
Sal.
it today.
And Ashley's on the line for you.
Oh, okay. We're gonna
Hey,
bring
Ashley.
Hi, beautiful. Hi, guys.
I'm gonna bring you on.
Justice is watching.
Hi. All right, we got 10 seconds.
Bear says that we should change it and be like, live your extra life.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are back.
Welcome back
Welcome
to
back.
What?
I want to see you say
Did you want to do say? Welcome back to Bridges. I'm your host, Dr. Paul.
And your co-host, Hope Dyer.
One of the things about Bridges is it gets you from here to there. It gets you over or through, right? The obstacle.
Yes.
Okay.
See, there you go. That was unintentional on time.
And I think some of the obstacles we face is discrimination.
Yes. I feel like that one is an obstacle people face every day.
That just makes me sick because some people can't hide from their discrimination
Right.
or being discriminated against.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter how we look at it. If you, again, and it seems like we can always keep talking about this in different, the same thing in different pots, right? Living your
Phrasing it in a different way.
right.
There you go.
Because you have been discriminated against.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff has. I have. Most women have.
Yeah.
If not all women.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disgusting feeling to witness it and to hear it when the only way we're going to get better at being us and being better is if we watch and start living, what is it? Living our best life.
Living our extra life.
So I don't know how.
I don't know why people can't live their own life. You know what I'm saying?
Why do I have to live
you gotta
yours?
judge somebody else's life, or why does somebody gotta fit in your own life? Like, I'm not living to be in your life. I'm living to be in my life.
But you're in this society.
So?
Well, how are you going to associate in this society? You can't associate by yourself.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Why not?
You can live by yourself. You're a loner in a world of 7 billion people.
That's why people find people who are okay with how you will.
Okay, so you find your community.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so what if the community disagrees with another community?
That's fine.
No, it's not fine.
Why not?
I think that's where the disagreement. I think
that's why there are so many lines drawn on a map.
I don't like. Okay. I don't like it.
Well, you don't have to.
I understand it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
And that's all you need to do is understand. You don't need to like it.
But because when we draw the line,
it's separating people.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to bring them back together, but you can only bring so many people back together till everybody comes together. One bird. It's like the little bird that whispers into everybody's ear. You know. The bird can only fly so fast.
Right, and we take our time. We do this on Bridges. We put out our podcast. We ask the questions. We have to learn how to ask the question. If we feel uncomfortable, just ask. Don't assume. Don't associate. Don't have a perception.
Assuming is my worst thing, so I'm guilty of assuming all the time.
Miss Ashley, come on into the lighthouse. Miss Ashley.
Hello. How are you guys? Awesome show. You know, this is my topic.
Yeah. So tell us what you thought of Jeff.
Jeff is amazing. Jeff's spirit is awesome. I am in the LGBTQ community myself, and actually, I have a lot of experience in the drag shows. Of course, I used to throw drag shows.
Oh wow.
Jeff, he is just knowing him. I know what his life is like. I've experienced. I've actually used to sponsor a couple of the drag queens. One of my best friends actually he passed. Her name was She. She was an amazing drag queen. She was awesome, and the shows were great. And it's a struggle to be them. It is a struggle to be them. You think just being a man or a woman is a struggle, but that particular community, it's even worse. But, both of you guys are actually right about the community and draw the lines because, we try not to put a label on something because we're trying to bring everybody together as one. But then, that certain person, you just gravitate more to that crowd, so that's when it becomes a community. And I don't like when the lines are drawn because that's the whole purpose of the rights and the movement is to all come together. But people are so, they just don't get it, so that's what makes it hard to be accepted, even, especially in the drag queen, But it's actually been pretty better as the years go. I mean, RuPaul just won, in for her show, and it took 10 years to do that. So, it's amazing. Jeff was great.
So here's a question that we have.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I want to say I did not know you were part of the LGBT community. So go you.
I am. Yes, I am.
That's awesome.
A lot of people know that. Well, I know you didn't know, but I thought Dr. Paul would have told you. He knows.
I know.
Just like how he knew about these drag shows, but he didn't tell me.
No, I mean, the drag shows are the best shows. My mom goes to drag shows, okay? Mm-hmm. Everybody should go to a drag show to experience stuff. To experience the excitement and actually to experience the talent that these drag queens put on just to make a few dollars, and it's just when your career takes off, it does. It really do. But it's a lot that goes into it because they're constantly getting threatening letters or threats and stuff like that, Mm-hmm.
They live a risky life.
So so is it a more riskier life, Ashley? Because I know for Jeff in Fargo, North Dakota, I know he has been threatened. I know that people tried to beat him up. I actually did some protection work for him at his show because when these people got out of the show, they were just so hostile towards these people. So is it like that for women too?
Yes, it actually is. I'm actually, me and a group of my friends are victims of a brutal brawl that we had after a show because of the fact it was actually guys trying to beat up the female, because we put on, like he said, it's a drag show, it's female impersonators, and then there's transgenders. So we actually got into a big fight with a whole bunch of guys, you know, they didn't like it. They were just across the street at the other bar, you know, and yes, it's a dangerous game. We get from the women, from the trans, from the drags, we all get it. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Especially the drags, because some guys, they actually turn to be abusive when they actually fall or look at them and be attracted to them. And then when they find out that they're actually a guy, then that's when the whole thing starts and they're angry and they're, how dare you trick me and all that. You know, it's like, but you didn't even ask. You just assumed. You know, but still admire her beauty. Don't say that that's bad or wrong because you thought that way. Admire how beautiful she was to actually pass as a real woman, you know?
I never said I was okay with these lines.
You said that the lines were go ahead.
I just said that they're there.
Mm-hmm.
It's sickening.
30 seconds.
It is sickening, but it is what it is.
Oh, I know we don't accept it.
Uh-huh.
I know we disagree with it. I know that we're working on it. I know we're doing all what we can. But it makes me want to throw up.
Uh-huh.
I know. It has to. It has to stop. You know, we've lost so many.
Ashley, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break here on Bridges on the BBM Global Network, channel 200. You can catch us live every Monday at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're clear. I'm just going to play one commercial here. But it's the last segment.
Okay. It's so what you were saying, Ashley, and until he gets us back, it was about the. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to break this down. This last segment of the lines being drawn.
Invisible lines.
The visible lines. The visible line is
30 seconds.
okay. And I'll just wait till we come back. Because yeah, I'll just wait. It's easy for me to wait, people. For me to just instead of
repeat.
To repeat.
To stop and repeat.
Stop and repeat. Yes.
10 seconds.
Stop, repeat, and then
5,
extend.
4, 3,
Welcome.
2, and we are back.
Welcome back to the BBM Global Network, channel 200. You are listening to Bridges, and we are talking about how Dr. Paul does not agree with it.
The lines.
About the disagreeing with the lines.
Well, here's
going into depth.
Here's the thing. You want to, and you like to ask questions, so it could be more clear and concise. Concrete.
I need concrete information.
Yeah, so it's not like sporadic.
Yeah.
And thank you, Ashley, for sharing about your experiences. Yeah, and I'm sorry about
that those happen to you.
I'm just sorry about anyone who gets abused because other people
expressing their lives. They're living their best life.
And someone wants to hurt you over it.
Yeah. It's sad.
Right.
When lines are being drawn on a map, we look at it as a more of a social studies borders, right?
Mm-hmm.
We understand states have lines, but in
but
those,
then there are social lines. That's what we're talking about.
Right, but even in the state lines,
mm-hmm.
there was a blooded battle to create the line. Whether it be from one state to the other state, that line was not easily drawn going, you know what, I'm going to take this much land and you can have the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure someone was like, man, no way.
This is my land.
This is my, right. So there was bloodshed even on those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're talking about social lines.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about a morality. We're not talking about legal. That's all that is all man-made anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But social lines, if it comes from the heart, I don't know how you can draw them. But if you mentally put down a separation between here and there, us and them, you're going to create someone and minimize who that person is.
Because they're being put into an environment that believes one thing.
Right. It doesn't even matter what it is that you believe. Well, once I distance you or distinguish you from another,
mm-hmm.
not from a human being that happens to be this, but like you are that, and I'm not, then that's like someone looking at a bug or a roach or something, an insect, or spider. and I know you don't like spiders. I know a lot of you girls don't like spiders. And
I'll kill them.
No. See?
But I will scream while I'm killing it.
But so bad example. But my thing is that I don't know how you're supposed to separate your heart from someone else.
2 minutes.
That's a good question. That's a deep question.
Well, how do you do it? How do you do it?
How do I separate myself from how others are thinking?
Separate yourself from anybody. Or do you?
I don't know if I necessarily separate myself from people, but I know when to. I guess I know who to share certain things with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you can't tell everybody everything.
No.
Like, if I were to tell, like, I can't. I need an example. I just feel like I share certain experiences with certain people. You know what I'm saying?
Is it because you don't want to be judged?
No, just because I know I could care less what they really think, because either way I'm going to think how I want, or I'm going to experience things that I want to experience. But, if I know this person doesn't necessarily agree with the LGBT community, I'm not going to be like, hey, you want to come out to this?
Okay.
Or you want to go to a gay bar together? I'll, try and talk to them, be like, try and understand their thought process. But,
So, Ashley, is it difficult being part of the LGBT community and raising a son?
It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. It took a while for my mom to just be like, okay, well, whatever, and also, like Hope said, I can't, I'm with you, Dr. Paul, I can't stand the lines, you know what I'm saying, because, I can't stand having to silence myself on somebody else's, being comfortable or whatever. No, that's why the whole brand is called Just Be You. I feel like earlier I was saying about relationships, and Hope was like, no, they gotta, you gotta be with me for me. And I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I'm so sick of, the lines on, hey, if, I don't like that, so you shouldn't do that. No, it's a lot when it comes to life. Yes, it is difficult, especially when we have kids.
30 seconds.
They automatically assume that men and women supposed to raise a child. I've been getting bashed all my life. All my life behind it, especially when I had my sons.
There's more work to do, and I hope you're out there doing the work, and I think that's why Bridges is here, so you can understand, you can put it into a knowledge, you can take your knowledge into an understanding, take your understanding and put it into action. So that's what I hope Bridges does for you. And I think if you have any personal questions, you can always contact us here at the BBM Global Network on Bridges.
Or on our live Instagrams or Facebook.
Right, because I think as long as we keep talking about it, communicating and sharing and living and loving and living our best life, I think we'll be okay. We're about ready to sign off. You listen to Bridges. I'm your host, Dr. Paul.
And I'm your co-host, Hope Dyer.
And we'll be right back next Monday at 8 p.m. Thank you.
On BBM Global Network.
Blessings.
And
we actually have
all
a few
right,
comments.
we have to you.
You want to hear?
Thanks, Sal.
We'll talk tomorrow, guys, on them lines.
No problem.
You heard me, Dr. Paul and Hope?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do table talk tomorrow more about them lines, where I got some stuff to say.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Bye.
So we got some comments.
Bye, Sam. Bye, beautiful.
Bye.
But we only have 30 seconds left on it.
Oh, it's okay, but we'll talk. We'll finish up. We'll do Living Life Wednesday. So catch us on live Facebook and Instagram on Wednesday, Living Life, and we'll talk more about the show. Please tune in so we can catch up on things. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening.
And we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I love your support. All of you for commenting. There is still going.